What's up my loves, my name is Paige, this is Paige the Page, and this is the start of a new reading vlog. Hello my darlings. I can't believe I am once again vlogging. So this is going to be my Roll of Reads vlog. Probably the first one, because I found whilst it took me forever to edit, having the weekly amount of content to edit was wonderful for my 1 week one shelf. So I think I'm gonna do the same. You're probably gonna get a lot of vlogs this month. I just don't have much other sit down content that I wanna film, so let's fill it with vlogs. This is for Roll of Reads, which is created by a book fiend named Mel, and because it's their birthday this month, they create this readathon based off one of their TBR games. So I'll leave a link to their videos down below and also my TBR for Roll of Reads. I've got my books sitting there. It is the 2nd of March. I didn't pick up a book yesterday and it was great. So for February I ended up putting a lot on my plate, which was absolutely fine, but yesterday I was like, no, I've had a very interesting day at work and I'm just gonna chill the fuck out and watch YouTube. I came home, immediately started cooking, so we had dinner and then I could just sit and watch YouTube. And that's exactly what I did. I'm currently just going through and doing my reflections in my bullet journal, but all of my other spreadsheets are all up and running, ready to go. I'm so happy about that. So I just wanted to come on and actually start the vlog. I have zero intention of picking up a book anytime soon this morning. I am going to just continue watching YouTube because I want to. But with my stack of glory, I'm probably going to start with full speed. I'm so scared. So this will probably go over 2 vlogs. I don't think I'm gonna get it done this week. And this was for a favorite author. She's in there, ready to go. I'm scared. It's a 32-hour audiobook. Like, this is 800 pages. I can't do it. It's so funny because when I'm looking at Hob or books that I know and love, the size doesn't prevent me from reading them. Whereas, like, I've got books on my TBR that are over 500 pages and I'm actively avoiding them because I don't know the author's writing and I don't get it. But that's okay. So I do have some chunky bees because Oliver Twist is actually over 500 pages. And then this one, actually I think there's only the 2, so that's fine. Oh, and Shade War. Oh, yeah, nah, I can't forget about that. So I've got 3 chunky books. I'm actually totally fine with that because last month in February I read so many short things that my page goal has plummeted. So I was sitting at 77%, being over 300 pages. I'm now sitting at 59%. So still more than half, but I want it to be up. I want to be continuing to read the big things. Admittedly, I did read a fuck ton off my shelf. So I'm very, very happy with reading as much as I did. But it was also like, the small books, they're attacking me. Yeah, we're just gonna roll with it. But this is gonna be the first thing I pick up. But I think Soul Eater will probably be the first thing that I finish. And then I'll probably dive into Katie Robert because I'll need to have reset my soul. And then go to Oliver Twist. So I've sort of got like a little plan of action. I will be starting Planet Barbarians on the 11th for Galaxy-a-thon because I want to participate in that, and that sci-fi alien themed. So I might read that and potentially chat with Erin from Sheba and Shelves about what I could read that fits for their prompt, which is a book about aliens set on our real world or something along those lines. I was very interested in all of their recommendations that they gave me in my Bookish Peeps video, so I'm happy to see what I've got. Currently, to get through my set TBR, I need to read 120 pages a day, which I'm 120 behind, but it's fine. I'm not worried about that at all because I needed to stop. I needed to not read. Does anyone else have those moments where you're like, I just need to not do this activity because I'm going to keel over? I'm feeling more refreshed and I think having a hobby to break my soul is going to be the perfect start to my month. I've noticed that, not last month because I was doing my graphic novel, but for January my first read was House of Sky and Breath, which was 768 pages, 800 pages. So if I could keep this trend going, that'd be kind of cool, doing 1 month starting with a big read. And really it's just because Amy from A-Star Reads has set that my first book that I read every month needs to go towards my goals. Whilst I could make any book fit, I have enjoyed actually having to think about it and take my time and make a decision. So for Fool's Fate, this is finishing off a series. It's not completing the Realm of the Elderlings, but I count each individual series. It is for my Bookish Peeps because Amy selected it for me. It's increasing my page goal by reading a chunky book. I can't even remember the rest of my goals. It's going to potentially go to my year in Aldia for an intimidating series. That might also end up being Planet Barbarians. And I think that's everything. And then it will feel something for Bookymon, helping to read one off my TBR before adding one on. And yeah. So that's where we're at for that. I might have filmed my February haul the day before, but I ended up acquiring a book yesterday. And that's because we went into Ash's work and I said, oh hun, you got any good arcs? And he held up this. How the fuck was I gonna say no to this cover? So this is Psyche by Kate Forsyth. I want to double check. So I'm pretty sure that Kate Forsyth, she's an Australian author, but she does a lot of historical novels. Ooh! Oh! So I've just seen her name and her covers and like, I don't really do historical fiction that's not mythology, but I'm just reading here and it's best known for her historical novel Bitter Greens, which interweaves a retelling of Rapunzel fairy tale with the true life story of the woman who first told the tale. 17th century French writer Charlotte Rose de Comment de la Fosse. I don't know. I've never went to hers because I thought they were very, not my vibe. Contemporary women's fiction or historical fiction, which I love that people love it. I've just never really got on with it. I needed to have something. But seeing this, I'm actually really interested in a lot of their work now. I'm really happy that I picked this up just to see. Oh my god! She wrote her first novel at the age of 7. That's so cute. Anyway, back to the book and its stunning cover. So obviously she is a magpie, and I'm just going to do the back because I'm going to do the back. It is not wise to anger the gods or to fall in love with one. So I was taking it home from there. Psyche has always been different. Fair as Venus, the goddess of love, and with the hard-won ability to save the lives of those of mortal blood, she is both shunned and revered. When she unwittingly provokes Venus, she and her sisters lose everything. Psyche must find a way to make amends and support her family. Befriended by an old woman, Nocturna, Psyche finds herself irresistibly drawn to her young friend Ambrose, but neither is what they seem. For Psyche has fallen in love with a man whose face she is forbidden to see. After disobeying this injunction, she must risk everything to try and save him, even if it means traveling down to the shadowy underworld to face Proserpina, Queen of the Dead. The way to the realm of the dead is easy. A thrust of a sword, a sudden fall, a careless bite from a toadstool, and the soul is sucked away. It is a return journey that is difficult. The story of Psyche and Eros has been told for more than 2,500 years. Kate Forsyth infuses it with new vigor as a life-affirming celebration of female strength, sexual desire, and empowerment. Ow! And this is coming out on the 28th of May. So my plan is to pick this up in April, and I am so fucking excited. Obviously, we know what I'm like with ARCs and zero audiobooks, so I'm gonna go onto NetGalley and see if they actually have the audiobook available, because I know what I'm like. I don't think I'm gonna struggle to get into it reading it physically. It's a lot shorter than Book of Doors, and hopefully I'll just be able to flow with it. So that's the plan for that. I am unbelievably excited about that, which is very rare. I have been extremely good with arcs and not taking them home thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna read them, and then having a Book of Doors happen. Oh my god, there is just so many beautiful things coming out. I am not prepared for my ovaries to explode. And then the other thing I want to talk about is if anyone does the rabbit holing. So I ended up on Depop yesterday. The wonderful person that I am buying something off was just the sweetest bean I have ever had the pleasure of dealing with. So I love black milk clothing, but the one fucking time I buy directly from their website, the fabric on the dress was the most sensory ick I've ever had. I could not wear it. Even wearing a singlet underneath it did nothing because it didn't sit, it was along my legs. I'm not one to wear camisoles or things like that underneath it, and I couldn't. It was $180 and I ended up donating it to Vinnie's because I couldn't. I never wore it. It was staticky and it just, everything about it was so uncomfortable, and I was so gutted. I fell down the Depop rabbit hole looking for just workwear And then obviously I ended up searching for Princess Highway and Dangerfield and all of that because I love that style. Can I pull it off? No, I pull off my dressing gown. That is it. But they have done this beautiful apron dress and I just was going through it, just liking stuff, like, and they sent an offer to discount it. And I was like, the fuck? And they had done offers on 3 items, 2 of which I was like, ooh, and 1 I was like, ah, and then the 1 I was like, sold. So I was deliberating between the 2. And I ended up only going with the 1 because the other one was just that little bit more expensive and not quite my style. It's definitely more out there, which I love, but I'm not ready to venture into that. So I just said, hey, I'm looking at it. Thank you for offering this special offer. I was wondering, I bought one thing and ended up donating it because the fabric was really scratchy and gave me the sensory ick. Are you able to tell me if these are the soft material or do they have the scratchy feel to them? Totally understand that this is a weird descriptor. I just want to get them, but I also want to wear them and not be uncomfortable. And they're like, hey, that's totally fine. This one has the material that feels soft to me, and described it, and then said that I have ADHD with sensory and my partner's on the spectrum and he says it's soft as well. He said it feels like suede texture. I hope that helps. I'm happy for you to return it anyway for a full refund, other than post if you're unhappy with it as well. I totally get it. And I'm just like, you beautiful human being, like, you glorious individual, thank you. This lovely person has just really gone to make sure that, you know, the descriptions of the fabric were going to suit, because I don't usually have sensory icks for clothing. I don't like it when like a tag scratches my neck, but no one does. But yeah, that staticky material really did a number on me. And so I was just like, I don't know. But they were so beautiful, so amazing. And really the main reason I'm rambling about this is I just want people to know that it is okay to ask people. I was so just apprehensive about it. And then my coworker was like, why would they worry? That's not going to be the first time they've been asked. I'm like, really? And they're like, yes. So don't be afraid. If you're like hesitating on something because you're not sure about it, message people. The worst they can do is ignore you or say, sorry, I don't know, or can you fuck off? Which, okay, the item's not worth it if that's the case. So I'm just, people are amazing. And then I was scrolling through and Ash and I are going with his family to Fiji. And I've been struggling with swimmers because I've sized out of all of mine, which is fine, I don't care, but I don't know what size I am. I live in a place where there is 2. The local pool that sells Speedos and 1 teen sort of shop, and then Kmart, and no, I just don't trust them. We've had incidences. So I'm like, no, I'm going to invest in a decent pair of swimmers. So my mum sent me money for my birthday and I'm probably going to go down to Sydney sometime to go hunting for swimmers. I hate swimwear shopping because I never know what I want. I feel really I don't hate wearing swimmers. I just hate shopping and I hate the experience of having to try swimmers on and figure out, because the thing is, if I get in water, they're going to be different anyway. So it's like, and I've owned 2 pairs of swimmers in my life that I felt comfortable in and could wear them till they die. And I'm always wearing boardies and I hate boardies because then they puff up around the sides. Anyway, ramble aside, I ended up finding a pair of swimmers that rocked up and they're like it's a little rockabilly swimsuit and I am in love with it. I don't know how it's gonna go. I am very apprehensive about it, but I bought it and they're shipping it to me on Monday. So we're gonna have that to look forward to as those packages come in, because I don't know. I don't know. I'm still gonna go down to Sydney and look at buying another pair, but because they were only $30, like I just offered, it did the offer this price and I was like, okay. And then they accepted it. So I was like, okay. So I think it was $31 including shipping for. So I'm like, cool, okay, that's 1 set. So hopefully it fits. Fingers crossed. I am so nervous about buying secondhand swimmers, but I can do this. I can do it. Depop is definitely a rabbit hole that is very dangerous because I know that black milk apron went for 160 retail and I'm getting it for 50 bucks including shipping. Nuts. But anyway, so that was my little ramble, but I'm just very excited about it and it's made me feel really good. So I'm gonna go make a cup of tea and go set up my journal and hopefully clear out my voice because I am still quite a congested little bean, but I'm definitely feeling more energetic towards life than I have been the past couple of days, which is good. Poor Ash this morning. I drop him down to work and I make him sandwiches. Like, that's just, I happily do that for him. And it's like 20 past 8. We usually leave at 8:30. No, it would have been 25 past 8 and we normally leave at 8:30 and I'm just like still half unconscious. I've dragged myself out of bed and I'm just like, I make Papa sandwiches. Oh yes, I is awake. Half asleep while making his sandwiches, and then he's like looking at me like, come on. I'm like, I desperately have to pee and then we can go. So the poor pet had to deal with me in like a completely delirious state this morning. But it was great because I had that sleep in that my body was craving. So feeling really good. I do have a lot that I would like to get done today, but I'm also not gonna, what the fuck is that? Not going to, oi, bitch, not push myself. Whatever I get done is whatever I get done. I would like to update my journals. I'd like to start Fool's Fate. I would like to rest, and I would like to film and edit my book or revisit it for tomorrow and start editing on the vlog for last week. With that, I'll check in with you later. Bye. Hello, my darlings. It's now 11:30 p.m. on Monday the 4th of March. I don't remember checking in yesterday. Ash and I went downtown, walked around playing Pokemon for a bit, and then did a food shop and came home, to which I promptly crashed down on the couch and took a nap. So yesterday was a really lovely day, but also a little bit of a write-off in terms of the things that I wanted to get done over the weekend. But I am up to page 143 of Fool's Fate. That was where the goal was for Sunday. What I've decided to do while I'm at work this week is I'm going to read Soul Eater tomorrow night. That will work for a Pokemon adventure challenge as well, and still be fulfilling one of my goals because it is for my Bookish Peeps for Ren. So that's what I'm gonna do. The reason that I didn't read anything tonight was I edited 2 hours and 15 minutes of vlog footage for my week 4 for 1 week 1 shelf. So that is going up tomorrow and it is done. I have edited all the footage for it in one go. I did take a half hour for dinner. Aside from that, I just went all the way through. So it's currently scheduling, and today was my sort of social media day, and so I did get to watch some YouTube while I was doing that, which was fantastic because I don't know why, I just get so in the zone. Yeah, that was really just everything. I don't have too much else in the brain. I'm really enjoying Fool's Fate, unsurprisingly. This is favorite author, so makes sense. Ash was amazing and did all the cooking and most of the cleanup, so I just had to do hand wash, so that was also nice to just not have to think about that. And then tomorrow night we should be going and getting takeaway for dinner, so I can just come home, and I do need to cook my lunch, which is going to be fried rice, and I'm also going to make some honey joys. And then if I have the brain space or care factor, I will film my wrap up, so then I can edit it either Wednesday or Thursday and not be stressed. Hey, that's really it. Currently Roll of Reads is going exceptionally well, with me procrastinating on every single ounce of reading I could have possibly have done, and I'm not even mad at it. So I'm going to continue watching YouTube before I go to sleep and check in with you tomorrow, hopefully having read Soul Eater. That would be ideal. Bye. Hello, my darlings. It is now 20 to 1 on the 5th of March, and I am home from work because death, same as Ash. But I got a parcel and I am excited. I'm also currently watching the Library of Alexandria's Adventures in Asperger's live stream, and it's very, very interesting and very relatable. So, let's have a look. See. Oh, Mel! Mel got me a happy belated birthday, and thanks so much for being my co-host for Roll of Reads. Oh, my absolute pleasure. Oh, you is the bestest. All right, what if... Yay! I got Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This is the Bookstara read for, I have to math, July. And I am very excited to start this series. So, oi! This is gonna be so interesting. I didn't realize it was mixed media. I probably should have realized that. All good fun. And then, oh, thank fuck. She's amazing. Jade Moore is the second in the Greenbone saga, which I need to read this month. I was a day away from buying this myself, so I am so thankful that it has arrived. Hey, it's got a map in it. I really should have looked through the other ones. That's so exciting. So thank you, Mel, for funding my Bookstara reads for this year. I am so excited to get to these and just continue on with the series. And I'm gonna read these this year, so this is working towards my 2024 book haul reading that percentage, which is fantastic. Oh, you're the bestest. Thank you so much. Oh. I was like, oh, one of my Depop purchases has arrived. No, why is that an Amazon package? Ash, what have you ordered from Amazon? I don't know. I don't remember. But no, it's the beautiful Mel from a book fiend named Mel. Obviously, I'll leave them linked below. And this whole vlog is for Roll of Reads, which I have not read much for, but that's fine, because I will get there. It's a bit of an off start to the month with being unwell. But thank you so much, Mel. I'm so happy to be a co-host and I'm so excited for your birthday and just having a glorious time this month. So I'm going to send you a message to say thank you, because you is wonderful. I did sort of start Soul Eater Volume 1 this morning and I got 20 pages in and then needed to talk with Ash because I was just like, I am so confused as to what's going on right now. And then Alan started his live stream, so I've been watching that rather than reading, so we'll get there. Really, I'm just zonked out on the couch today. I have zero energy. Ash and I are exhausted, we're snuffly, so it's definitely hit us nice and strong today. But I have watched a fuck ton of YouTube, which is great because I like watching it and not having to think. So any reading updates, I will check in with you later. But yes, I just am very dead right now. Bye. Hi. I don't know the last time I checked in. I don't know what's going on. I barely know what day of the week it is. So I was back at work today and didn't read a single thing today. I have just watched YouTube and did the productive. So I am utterly exhausted. This cold has really knocked me out, but I did get the cutest black milk apron dress today. I'm so excited. It is so adorable. So I will check in with you tomorrow. Bye. Hello, my darlings. It is now Friday, the 8th of March at 5:15, and I'm home from work and realized I have been avoiding vlogging like the plague because I have read jack shit. I'm not sure where I last said I was up to with Fool's Fate, but I'm now 32% of the way through, and I did end up finishing Soul Eater on Tuesday. I obviously have not been feeling great and just couldn't find the motivation to film. So I'm here now. And today was Ash's first day back from Tuesday. I went back on Wednesday and I think I'm just default. So, but we had a really lovely day today and yeah, it went really smoothly. So I feel like I'm in a better headspace. And then yeah, got a few things. I really need to organize the house again because we also have a house inspection next Friday. So I just want to get on it and make it so that it's not going to be too hard for us next week. I want to pick up my reading game, but I've just been on struggle street. But thank God for the psychologist that I work with that loves Robin Hobb, because I've gone to her and I'm like, I can't do it. I just can't pick up the book. I don't know. And she's been like, you can do it. You can keep going. I'm like, oh dear God. So I am definitely just letting myself watch YouTube. Like my screen time is nuts this week, which is fun. I've played Pokemon Go. I've fallen down Depop rabbit holes. Depop is the dangerous thing I've ever fucking been on. And because when I feel like shit, my impulse control goes out the window, which is why previously Ash had changed my Amazon password. I asked him to, so that impulse control was removed
from Amazon, and now I've just fallen down another rabbit hole. So I've bought swimmers, I bought a jumper, I bought a raincoat, I bought a little dress, I've bought 10 books, I bought another 2 pairs of swimmers like at 10:30 last night because they dropped on the same girl that did the first pair. I genuinely have no idea how much money I've spent on this in the past 5 days. Now that I'm feeling better, I'm like, okay, she gotta stop. I have 2 offers for a rainbow jumper and I don't know which one I want, so I'm just dying inside because they're lazy oak, and they're the rainbow, and I want both, but it's ridiculous because they're just slightly different. One's a slightly slimmer turtleneck, it comes up here, and then the rainbow stripes on it are thinner, and then the other one is like a big chunky turtleneck and it's got big chunky rainbow coloring on it. So I'm like, oh, but they've both accepted my lower offer, so I'm like, shit, I feel bad. And then yeah, books, oh dear god, books. So I'm gonna go through and set up trackers for each of those to see where they're at because I have no idea where my parcels are at. I got my Fox and Cactus haul the other day and I'll insert the photos of the swimmers that I got. I got a surprise washi bag and I'm just so chuffed with all of the different designs that Emma picked, but I'm also feeling that the 3 vinyl stickers I got, perfection. So I got If I Just Work Hard, the dead one, and then A Murderous Bee. And I feel like these accurately sum up my mood for the past week. So Roll of Reads has not started the way that I thought it was going to, and I'm so sorry, Mel, because I want this to be a fabulous time. And sickness just, it finally caught up with me. It finally said, nah, bitch, you gotta sit down hard. So we're getting there. Hopefully gonna have the energy to make Ash and I dinner tonight, considering I had cereal for dinner last night, so you know. And then I want to read, I want to journal, and I want to watch YouTube. So they're my main things. I ended up filming my February wrap up last night, which I genuinely didn't think I was going to do. And then at like 8:15, I got the motivation to do it, so I didn't. That was nice. And yeah, I have 0 thoughts. I was going to talk about Soul Eater, but my brain has gone walking. So I think I gave it 4 stars. It was definitely, yeah. I definitely need to read the 2nd volume because apparently that's when it starts kicking in. But the fan service in it was just a choice, very big choice. And it's not my favorite thing, but I was forewarned, so I could just take that this was just the way that it was done to get people into the story. I'm curious about how it all works together. They're explaining the magic as we go, but then it's sort of breaking the same rules. So it's a very interesting conflict between what is done and what is taught and all of that. But overall, I enjoyed it. It was just definitely one of the more jarring mangas I've read. So that was fun to start though. And I find that I'm actually starting to venture into other things with manga. I think I've only read Death Note and Full Metal, and now I've started Hellsing, I've started Soul Eater. So I've got options and I'm really enjoying getting to see other things. I am gonna go figure out what I'm doing with my life and have a glass of water and continue watching YouTube. I have been flicking between the idea of just starting Thornhedge by T. Kingfisher to get another short read under my belt, but I don't know how I'll go with it just because the idea of listening to a book has made my head start throbbing. And so the headache's really the only remaining thing, and I have been experiencing this entire year, so love that. Anyway, I feel good that I've updated you now and able to continue blogging, because I definitely put a stopper in it for, actually it was only 2 days, but it felt like a lot longer because I didn't actually come in and check in with my reading. I didn't come in and do the proper, and this is what I've been up to. So yes, but that's what I've been up to, and I will check in with you sometime, hopefully sooner than my last update. Bye. My hair's done a really big flicky bit. And I don't dislike it, but when I flick it out of my face, it goes very wee. Hello, my darlings. So I checked in some time ago. It is now Sunday the 10th of March at 11 p.m. and I need to close out this vlog. The first 10 days
of this month have not gone according to plan, but it's fine. I have had an interesting 10 days. I was sick, we had life happen. I worked today, we then had a power outage. Pokemon Go and Depop have me in a chokehold, so I'm living my best life. I did get my watch later on YouTube down to 0, and it was so funny because I finished a book tonight and immediately as I was finishing it, a notification popped up that Amy from A-Star Reads had tagged me in a video that they had just uploaded. So I was like, well, jumping back into YouTube, shall we? But I just want to quickly go over the fact that, oh, shit, I read 264 pages of Fool's Fate by Robin Hobb. I read the entirety of Soul Eater Volume 1 and I gave this 3.5. I definitely see the potential for the series and I'm excited to continue, but this was just a choice.
Fan service.
Yeah, and Ren and Ash had been saying, like, this is fan service. I was like, oh, okay. What am I supposed to read beforehand, thinking it was fans of another manga, them serving like characters in a different way in this and being more sexualized? No, it's just fans of titties in general. And cats, right?
Tits and cats.
Tits and cats, if you're a fan, this is gonna be good. And it definitely wasn't needed, but I can see that it was used to hook in readers that might not have been overly interested in the soul magic, but I'm really curious to see where the soul magic goes. I think it's going to be very interesting and has many facets to it that they've already started to teach us about. So I don't know, had a good time with this, but very interested to see where it goes. I'm sure it will hit those notes for me soon. And then tonight I listened to Thornhedge by T. Kingfisher and giving it 4 stars. Fuck me and retellings done by authors that have my ovaries in a firm fucking grip. This wasn't even sexual, but the way that T. Kingfisher writes just does it for me. I had so much fun. I'm still giving it a 4 stars because there were elements that weren't, you know, I'm not going to be screaming about it from the rooftops, and I want it to be longer. I think it's the same with Alex E. Harrow and the Mirror Mended series, and then these. I love the retelling aspects of it, but they write it so well that I want so much more. And it's okay that they don't because they've done it at this length. The story as a whole works, but it's just one of those things that when I finish it, I'm like, I want more of this. And so this didn't actually go towards any TBR. Technically it could have fit in for a Cluedo prompt, but it didn't go towards Roll of Reads, but it went for Bookymon. So I have now unlocked another Bookymon, which I'm very happy with. And I just needed to get back into the swing of listening to an audiobook while I do things, because I had definitely fallen off the brain listening capacity this past month. Like, I've been trying to chug my way through hobby and I love it, but I just can't listen. And so I was like, right, let's pick something short, something sweet, let's have a win. And Thornhedge absolutely nailed that for me, and I'm very, very happy. So that's been my reading, about 500 pages this week. Considering I had a day off sick, I'm very sad that I just wasn't in the reading mood, but it's also okay because life happens, and I ain't mad that I've still managed to read. We're still doing things. Excellent. This next vlog is going to run from Monday to Sunday, and I got quite a few things that I need to do, but for this week it's been an interesting week. I've just been all over the shop in my brain, and that's fine. It hasn't been a bad week. I have had a headache more days than not, but that's also okay because we're just rolling with it. And next week is Galaxy-a-thon, which means I'm reading Planet Barbarians. Oh, people pray for my soul. So let me know in the comments, what did you get up to for the first little bit of March? I am loving watching reset videos, so let me know anything about how your month is going. Basically, mine has been spending money on Depop, going for Pokemon walks, and keeling over and dying from illness. That sound about right? Excellent. Marvelous. Fantastic week, I tell you. So here's to next week getting back into my reading bullshit and diving into Roll of Reads wholeheartedly. I am here, I am ready to get my read on. Let's go. Also, thank you, Mel, for the presents. Like I said, anything you want to let me know, leave it down below. And if you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of this mess, feel free to subscribe. I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!